I was held down the day after Mother's Day on May 9th at the Cook County Jail on a psych ward in my city, Chicago, and given drugs, cancer, I believe it was, real talk, for 6 months. Once a month, they would shoot me in my arm, and my left arm to this day still hurts me like muscle spasm and things of that nature from the needles that they was poking in me. One time while I was in my psych unit room or whatever at the Cook County Jail, they snuck in there while I was asleep, held me down, and gave me a shot. That's how much they wanted to get rid of me. Now, the reason why I was there was because I was at an AA meeting, staying sober, and I was homeless. And they didn't like that look because, 19 years of sobriety, homeless, and I'm telling people at the AA meeting, I've been going through some stuff, in AA, but you don't have to use, drink, drug, and smoke, you can still, be, sober and go through controversy or whatever in real life and, still don't have to make it worse or whatever. They did not like that. So they made it a way where, I got railroaded out the AA mustard seed meeting and pretty much all meetings and stuff. I don't want to go back. I'm still sober. I know how it works, one day at a time, with a God of your understanding. It don't have to be my God. It be whatever God. You understand what I'm saying? As long as it's a power greater than yourself, you can make it. Now, do I have cancer? Yeah, they gave it to me. I don't drink, drug, or smoke. You understand what I'm saying? Or fornicate. I say that because I don't. Have I done it in the past? Yes, but it's a new day. I'm older now, I'm wiser, and I realize life is too short to play with. So it's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And somebody just is envious of me. It's the bottom line. Now, Chaz Bono is Sonny and Cher daughter, who became a transgender. That's her right there, or him, I should say. Became a transgender. She was on the Oprah show May 9th, 2011. I got held down May 9th, 2016 or 15, You have to bear with me with that. Now, that's after 2011. So they knew what they was doing. Now, my first ever YouTube video, Mary Mack versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey, came out November of 2007. Now, if I was against transgenders or I was homophobic or anything, I would have never spoke highly about the transgenders or the metrosexuals, heterosexuals, single people. I spoke highly because I still had that AA mentality where, I was real grateful of AA because, in a way they did kind of save my life, I thought, but they was just monitoring me to see how they can, infiltrate me in my life because I gave so much in 1995. And I told them, you better read me carefully because I'm not the one to play with. Even when I joke, I'm not joking. But when I went to AA, it's like God put a veil over my, face on the, put a force around me or whatever and stuff. I made plenty of coffee in AA. Not one time did I think about spitting in the coffee, poisoning the coffee, none of that. But I've been poisoned 6 times. One time since I've been at this building, 6210 South Kenbark Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60637, apartment 308, because I was working on, myself trying to stay fit. And I went to Planet Fitness and I came back and somebody had poisoned my milk and I was throwing up. It's crazy. It's real crazy, but it's true. So they found somebody that they could use, the white lady right here, or that was a lady. Her name was Chastity. I'm noticing this camera has flipped to another. It's not continuing on like I thought. And I knew when I got to this part right here, it would be a problem. But anyway, I'm gonna continue on. Now you see the look on Oprah's face. and you see Chaz Bono, because transgenders, they go hard. I've known a lot of transgenders, and I've supported the drag queen shows when I used to go to a party. Back in the day, I used to party every day, 7 days a week, just to dance, listen to the music, shake off a little stress or whatever and stuff. And they used to have drag queen shows and stuff. And I remember my ex-girlfriend, Donna Marie Evans, taking me to the Baton Club when it was downtown. Now it's in Uptown in my city, Chicago. And, I supported the transgenders. And, man, back in the day when I was younger, transgenders used to, take me as a teenager to different clubs or whatever and stuff. See, they knew what they was doing, but I didn't know until I had time to really sit down and think about it, because they worked me like a Hebrew slave. I didn't have time enough to think. That's the bottom line. So for some reason, they wanted me out the picture. I believe they thought that I was going to be like Oprah Winfrey, but, for them, they wanted me to become a man or whatever and stuff and represent them. And, I wasn't about to do all that. Now, I may look like a man, but I'm all girl. I'm not finna change my organs and look, I'm not finna do all that. It's hard for me to even think about it. For real, I like my body. At one time, I was insecure because of the abuse that I had endured as a child and that I still endure. You understand? Either way, it wasn't going to be beneficial for me. So for the ones out there thinking about it, think hard about what you're doing, because once it's done, it's over. For real. So they found somebody by the name of Chastity. You understand? And she became what they wanted, I guess, the face for the LGBT community. There she go right there. So nothing happens in this world by mistake. They was trying to kill me starting May 9th of 2016. And they thought I would fight on the Cook County Jail psych ward. But I gave them no fight. You understand what I'm saying? I allowed them to do what they felt they had to do to prove a point. And they said, if you want to keep something from a person, you put it in a book. But, I don't like reading, but I flip a book quicker than they could flip their sex. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Because there's a lot of reading. Now, let's go to another thing. So, right here, look at the baby's eyes. Babies are not what they usually be. They usually be a little, what I'm saying, a little more baby-like. Babies are coming out looking more adult-like. Like, what is going on? You understand what I'm saying? Because they putting the light in the vagina. It's not supposed to be any light in the vagina. People want to know the sex before it's born. They changing the sex after it's born. And then the children grow up confused and feeling like, because it's a lot of buffoonery going on. Now, look at this right here. A picture tells 1,000 words. Oprah is shopping. Okay? You see her shopping, right? Got her mouth wide open. Everybody look kind of happy and stuff. But this guy right here, he's looking at Oprah like, if I had a gun, I would kill her. That's what he's looking like. For real, he ain't smiling at all. Everybody else got a little smile on their face. But this guy, I don't think he's security. You understand what I'm saying? Which means everybody don't have your best interests at heart, Oprah. You understand what I'm saying? And the last person you thought would save you would be me. Because you've been trying to kill me in my career all along. Now, right here on page 154. Now, we're going to go to 155. On May 10th, 2011, she showed off people who lost 100 pounds or more. Since I've been here, I've lost about 100 pounds. Probably due to stress, cancer, and lack of nourishment. Now, on 172, I was in the Chicago Sun-Times newspaper at the age of 6 in 1973. You got 72 plus 1, that's 73. Now, if everybody know about the book of Eli, see the E and the lie? You understand what I'm saying? The book of Eli was played by Denzel Washington. Everybody was trying to, get that book. Y'all might want to try to get this book. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Now, he talk about, this is Eli Wiesel. He talks about meeting Oprah and talking about the Holocaust and things of that nature or whatever and stuff. The Jewish Holocaust, but it's been a hell of a cost. Shout out to Khalid Abdul-Muhammad. Khalid Abdul-Muhammad said it's been a hell of a cost on people of color. You understand what I'm saying? Real too. So he met Oprah, and he said that Oprah, seemed a little bit bewildered. You understand? Like confused or whatever. Because everybody know what's going on, but Oprah, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Still in the now. She's more like in refusal. It's like a person with a drug problem, and everybody know, that they out of control, but them, and that's called refusal. Now this is Phil Donahue. Oprah upstaged him because of me, and me being patient and everything, trying to leave her a halfway decent legacy, but she's starting to cut off her nose despite her face. You understand what I'm saying? And Phil Donahue probably, I don't know if he's still alive, but if he is, he probably laughing like a motherfucker, because everything that they probably predicted is coming true. And that would be, Oprah and I going back and forth, I guess it would be one-sided if you look at it from my point of view, but she uses books and things of that nature. So we going back and forth, on something that should never have taken place as far as, us being competitive or whatever. If that's what you want to call it. It's no competition, okay? I told him that in my book, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors Plus One Song. I'm the best at what I do. She's the best at what she do. But if you tell a lie long enough, it would become the truth. Who is the truth? Me, Marilyn Dash Twin, Marilyn, your ghetto news reporter and originator of rap. Now, she's controlling all these devices, and she's controlling, the media. So did this video go through or not? I don't care. I'm hoping somebody's listening, because I'm not finna do it over. Real talk. So, Phil Donahue probably laughing his ass off, him and his people. Real talk. Now, the next page is when Oprah went up against the meat company in Texas or whatever. You know how the meat company is. You know what they do to chickens and beef and all that. So I stopped eating meat because, I thought about the chickens and stuff, for real. I wouldn't want nobody eating meat and, doping me up and all. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel more like a chicken than a human being right about now, if you can understand. Well, because I'm running around, like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to figure this out. Now, she talk about free speech on trial. They came after her, the meat company or whatever and stuff, and, she won or whatever. So somebody wrote, "Go Oprah" in their head or whatever and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And she won. You understand what I'm saying? For free speech. If you don't have a right to tell your truth, and people, like to cut my truths off, even Oprah, that's why my first ever YouTube video, Mary Mack versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey, don't have 2,000 views. You understand? But it started off, when I first posted it in November of 2007, it was going up, but then they caught wind to the realness, and somehow or another, my videos don't go through, but I don't care. So she won her free speech. See, it says right here, Oprah wins, because she hate losing. But, everybody meet their match. Now on page 190, you got Tyler Perry. Now they said Tyler Perry stole his idea of Medea from a transgender in Atlanta. Just like Oprah stole her, whole child abuse routine and things of that nature. Think about it. She was on the air for 25 years or more or whatever. She was on the air 25 years, so they say. And she went off on my birthday, May 25th. Okay? Just think a little bit. Her conscience must have got the best of her some kind of way. Or she just felt as though I could never figure it out. So birds of a feather flock together. So Tyler Perry, he made a lot of money off Medea and all that. And, what about the people who they used to come up? You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. So they both billionaires and, they doing their thing, right? So he was talking about how he was abused and things of that nature. Now, she had him on her show. There they go right there. On the Oprah show. On the farewell season. And here goes some supporters, some guys. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about Me Too. They've been abused. Now, I represent not only myself, but the ones who've been abused. But when you exploit me and my story, then that makes me question whether or not you, Oprah, were abused or not. Because like somebody said, you can't rape the willing. And I wasn't willing to be raped. And I'm not willing to be raped again and again as far as my story. You understand? Because that's another form of rape. That's mental rape. That's financial rape. That's, that's rape. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe they thought I was going to come back and be a freak for them or whatever after they gave me cancer. I guess they thought I was going to submit and, be a bed wench or something. And they was going to see a freak show, because I've done some things in my past that I regret. But when you know better, you do better. That's the point I'm trying to make. And a lot of stuff that was that I did was survival. You understand what I'm saying? To get to the point where I'm at now, to be able to stand on my own 2 feet, that I literally, both of my ankles was broke at one time and stuff. Real talk, my story is more than I care to mention, but man, where's the respect? That's why I wear this shirt. I ain't got a gun, but I got a mouth, and it's just as powerful. So for the guys, my life mattered too. And if it was all about, being violated as a little person, a big person, or whatever, why haven't I gotten the recognition that I deserve for even allowing, or my higher power allowing you the platform to be able to tell your truths, if that's what's the case? I'm talking to the guys now. All y'all had to do was stand up. The way it was playing in my head, all you had to do was stand up. But it was bigger than that. It was bigger than that. You didn't care. You can't wait the reeling, like I say. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm priceless. I am priceless. So if y'all meant anything to yourselves, why you just didn't stand up? Because you knew the big picture. Oprah would have to come down. And that's like her show in Chicago is no longer standing. Y'all wanted to try to take out 2 birds with 1 stone. You wanted us to beef. And then y'all mama boys can continue to kill off your mothers, continue to wear their dresses. See, because what I can't understand, if guys have gotten violated, why would they want to be gay? I can never understand that. I don't like guys because I was raped by 5 guys. And they threw it in my face. They came up with 5 guy restaurants. They are making money off my demise, my pain and my misery. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't realized all that. And 5 Guys Restaurant been around a while. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to piece all this together. So I don't understand people who have been violated being gay, especially if they are guys. Now, if you were violated by a girl, maybe I could see that. You understand what I'm saying? But what guy wouldn't want to be by? Let me stop. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Anyway. There you go, right there. It says, how many times does it have to happen and how many children have to be sacrificed, ... before we rise up and take to the street and say enough. Now, I've been in the streets all my life. While Oprah was on the air, for 25 years, I was in the city streets of Chicago selling general merchandise, music, and steering, people's careers, selling music. And, she didn't want the rappers on her show, so I was promoting them in the streets by selling cassette tapes, CDs, and things of that nature. And then when it was time for me to promote myself, and I gave my story away, understand, before I got railroaded May 31st, 2008, I was giving my book away, Rhymes, Poems, Metaphors, plus one song. And of course, you know how that turned out. Prison, psych wards, and now trap building. Oprah didn't start her book club until 1996. That was after 1995. After she got a good idea of who I was, because the way I was talking is better than the way I'm talking now. And I was fighting for my life for real. And I put it to the sound of music. It was almost flawless. And I was supposed to be crazy. But not only that, I was a month sober. You understand what I'm saying? So when they put me on the psych ward in 1995, I was sober. When they put me on the psych ward, the day after Mother's Day, May 9th of 2016 or 15, I was sober. Every time they put me in the psych ward, I'm sober. You see where this is going? Maybe they have the problem. Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's Oprah. Because she likes to drink. She probably, and she smokes. The movie The Butler, I say a gift is from God and surprise will kill you. She was smoking a cigarette. You understand what I'm saying? You see where this is going? My mother, Mary Lee Wright, was the real reason why I stopped smoking cigarettes on my birthday, May 25th of 2000. Because when I saw my mother on her deathbed, allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, she, had a hole in her throat and she was still trying to smoke a cigarette in 2000. And my brother, Emmanuel, and my RN sister, my oldest sister, Linda Nelson, the nurse was allowing it. And I guess they wanted me to fight. And I could understand that because before all three of us got together to, visit my mother at Belmore Nursing Home, and whom I gave my book to, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors, plus one song. Also, while we was visiting her, before us three had visited my mother, she wasn't like that. She wasn't in that condition. I went one day to Belmore Nursing Home and I said, leave my mother alone, because the spirit came over me. And I visited my mother and she wasn't in that condition with a hole in her throat. But when my sister and my brother, whom could easily be persuaded because they was both, a shepherd for the devil, real talk, my brother Emmanuel, he could pass a test without studying. They was railroading him, and my light, bright, damn near white sister, Linda Nelson, she thought she was God's gift, I guess, because of her complexion. And all they did was divide the family up that I was trying to put back together. Long story short, I'm at my AA meeting. I'm doing my AA service work on Greenleaf and Clark, Rogers Park, Allenau Club. And this lady walked through the door that looked like my mother after she supposedly had died, my mother. But I knew it wasn't my mother. See, these are little tricks that they play. Even on the Oprah show, Oprah has somebody that looked like her, because they always got a backup. There's always a clone. If you're original, you better find out who your clone is, because if you die, guess who get all the money? So while we beefing, us originals need to come together, stick together, and don't ever, ever, ever make this mistake ever again in life. Because this is more than what I bargained for. All I wanted to do was stand up and tell my child abuse rap. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. And I'm going to try to do it right now. It's called child abuse. People of the world, lend me your ears, because this is an issue that we need to hear, a decision that we need to make in the world today, and it really can't wait. Child abuse is a serious thing, and people like ourselves need to hear their screams. Listen up, people. I'd like to ask you a question. Why do you think kids feel depression? Huh? What? Well, it's because that they feel like they're really not loved, not even from the Almighty up above. Well, let me tell you something and listen well, because I am a person with a story to tell. From day one, I never had no fun. My mom gave me up and left on the run. She left me wonderful years and years, and my eyes were always filled with tears. I used to ask myself, how could this be? She left me in this world with no family, and the family I had, I guess, was the best. And the initials are DCFS. They found me a family and I hoped they cared, but when I got there, they just whipped me bare. They slept on the floor, I never asked for more. They beat me, stomped me, burned me, everything. I asked myself over and over again, how could this be? A family. And to the age of 6, I felt like a brick. No love, no hugs, just a swift kick. And after all of that, I moved on again to a better family who became my friends. I stayed there a while. I even tried to smile. But all in all, I never had a ball because I was in blood and I was bound to fall. But listen up, kids, take it from me. Don't dwell on the past because it's history. Stay in school. Don't be no fool. Run around with your friends trying to act real cool. And eventually, you too will see everything coming to you will just be sweet. And one more thing before I go, say no to drugs, gang banging, and the rest of that bad stuff. And remember this, Mama Mary loves you. So stay tough. To all my children out there. With that, I'm your ghetto news reporter, Maryland Dash 20 Maryland. I'm going to flip this Bible and see what the word have to say. And if this go through, cool. If not, it is what it is. I am the originator of rap. I gave that story to Oprah at the age of 17, that rap truth in 1984. She could deny it or she can do the right thing. Real talk. This is the Bible scripture for today, though. Ezekiel on page 696, chapter 8. I already underlined something right here. It says pride has budded. It said, let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all their multitude. For the seller shall not return to what he has sold while they live, for the vision concerns all their multitudes. It shall not turn back, and because of his iniquity, none can maintain his life. But that's chapter 8 all day. Right here, when anguish comes, they will seek peace, but there shall be none. Disaster comes upon disaster. Rumor follows rumor. That's chapter 8. That is confirmation. So you got 8, 9, and 10. That's what we're going with. They say don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing. My foster mother asked me why I was writing with my left hand when I'm a right-handed person. I said if something happens to my right hand, I want to still be able to write. That's the honest to God's truth. Wasn't no trick to it or nothing. I was a little girl when I told her that. This on the left-hand side. Chapter 8. I am the originator of rap ever since the age of 8, 1975. I can't make it no more plain than that. And with that, this will get a news reporter, Maryland Dash 20 Maryland. If this video goes through, cool. If not, somebody's definitely listening. Make sure it goes worldwide. Peace.